Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be super exciting because I am going to be using the new products from Buxom. Their Buxom White Russian eyeshadow palette. This is the cheek and eyeshadow palette, as well as their new White Russian full force plumping lipstick. So going to be playing with both of these. I have all of the products on my face. So this palette is giving me very much so Huda Beauty vibes, because if you know, Huda Beauty has a lot of her palettes with her eyes on it. So it really reminds me of Huda Beauty for sure. So this palette has it says intoxicating primer infused Buxom for cheeks and eyes. Get our signature sultry look with 2 new shades of the Wonderlust blushes and 6 eyeshadows inspired by our best-selling shade White Russian. So the palette inside looks exactly the same as the packaging. On the back, it has the shade names as well as where to use those shades. So very friendly for a beginner even. So here are the colors inside. It has 2 blushes here. We have Moscow and New York. Here are the swatches. So here are the shades, if you can tell. This is New York, which as you can tell has a very nice glowy sheen to it. And this right here is Buxom. It is more on the matte side, but still has a slight sheen to it. And it says to use Moscow as the top of the cheek and New York as the cheek. So I'm going to assume New York is like a blush and then Moscow is like a topper. I'm not exactly sure, but they're really beautiful, and I have both of them on my cheeks right now, and they performed. I guess you'll have to wait and see how they performed. I can't just tell you. So those are the 2 blushes. Then they have 6 shades. So there is Take a Dip is this first matte right here. It is like, it says to use it as the brow bone shade. It's just like a nice creamy shade that's perfect for like setting your primer or whatnot. So that's that. Our next one right here is called Decadent, and this is, it says to use as the crease shade. So it's just like a nice brown matte shade right here. Then I'm gonna kind of just go up and down, up and down. Then this one right here is a shimmery shade that is called Reveal. And this is what you use on the inner corner. Here is the inner corner shade. Very pretty. Then down here is called Smoke Show. And it says to use this on the lower lash line. It is like, it's not a matte, it is like a shimmery, like a nice sheen. It has a nice sheen to it. Here it is, very beautiful color. Then back up here to Indulge. It says to use this as the all over lid shade. Very pretty, kind of like a rose gold. And then last but not least, we have this one right here in the corner, which is called After Dark. And it says to use this on the upper lash line. So here it is. It's kind of like a black. It does have some sparkles in it, but the sparkles kind of almost come off, leaving kind of like a darkish kind of brown shade. So here are all of the eyeshadows in this palette. You could use these eyeshadows however you want. You could probably even dip into these blushes and use them on your eyes as well. I don't see why not. However, I just kind of wanted to see how the look would end up using it by their directions. And this is the look I ended up with. I used every single shade out of this palette. It's either on my cheeks or on my eyes. And this is how it ended up. I think it ended up very nice, very good everyday palette. And then to the White Russian Plumping lipstick. I have it on my lips right now. I absolutely love this shade. I think it's so pretty. Here's the packaging. It kind of has like that silver cap, and it does have like imprints of little lips on it. I don't know if you guys can tell. Very pretty color. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys. So here is, not in the best spot, but here it is, just a true pink. Very beautiful color. These are the two items I picked up from the new collection from Buxom. I believe there is one more. I'll put up a picture up here of all of the products plus their price points. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into these products. So excuse my terrible roots. I know on camera it looks even worse than it does in person. I thought I could save some money and do it myself, and this is not my first time doing this for myself. I always want to save myself money and do it myself, and then it ends up bad, and then I end up back in the salon anyways. But yeah, I messed up. I didn't lighten my roots to a high enough level, so it went orange, and I could attempt to fix it myself again, but I decided I'm not going to ruin it any more than it is. I have an appointment on January 5th to get it fixed. Until then, my roots are going to be horrible. What you gonna do about it? All right, so the first shade I am going to use is called Take a Dip, because it's this lighter one. It's like a skin color, so it'll be perfect to set the eyeshadow primer that I put on. I'm actually going to go ahead and follow what they say on here. I think that'd be cool to try out. It doesn't have a transition shade. It just says to use the Decadent shade as a crease shade, which is this one right here. There's pretty much just like two true mattes, which was the Take a Dip and this one right here. So not much choice. All right, so I'm gonna go into that shade, and I'm gonna use it as the crease color as well as the transition, I suppose. So first I'm gonna do a light layer of this shade as like the transition kind of color. And then I'm gonna go and build it up into the crease. Excuse if you hear any running or sounds in the background. My child always has to be loud, so. Okay, I'm going in with a smaller, fluffier brush into that exact same shade because there's only two mattes, but I'm gonna build it up in the crease. So here's like one layer in the crease. I'm just gonna continue building it up. So here it is, very, very natural, but still pretty. Let's see, next is the lid color, which is called Indulge. It's this color right here. That's going to be the lid color, is what it says to do. So we're gonna do it. Then a flat brush, and I am going to go right in. Ooh, this is a really pretty color. So here's with the lid shade and without. It's a really pretty color. And it picks up really well onto the brush. I really don't like when shimmer shades do not pick up well onto the brush, and the only way to use it is like with your finger. Super annoying in my opinion, so it's really nice that this one is so good with a brush. All right, now that we got that lid shade down, it says to go with this Reveal shade that's in the middle here, right there, to use that as the inner, what does it say? Inner corner. So I'm going to take that into the inner corner. Very, really nice shade. So the next shade is going to be Smoke Show, which is this right here. It kind of looks like a shimmery shade. And It says to put it on the lower lash line. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. So I'm just kind of building it up a little bit. Last shade that we have not used yet is After Dark here. It's like the darkest color. And it says to put it on the upper lash line. I'm going to go with like a smaller, kind of like a pencil brush. And I'm going to dip it in there, get some on, and we're going to kind of just smudge it on this lower lash line carefully. And I'm just going to carefully kind of wing it out, not creating anything harsh, just like a wash on the wing. You could definitely build this up, but I just kind of want like a shadow there. So with the After Dark and without, I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye. So here is that. So we used every single shade in this palette for the eyes. So now we are going to do the cheeks, the two cheek shades, which is Moscow and New York here. And I'm going to follow the same thing. It says to do New York on the cheek and then Moscow as top of cheek. So with a light hand, really nice wash of color. I like this. So these are new shades. It's not something that they previously had. So here is the blush. This is New York. I think it looks really nice. It has a really nice sheen. It is not a matte. Then I'm going to use Moscow, which was this one right here. The first one as a topper. And let's see if that does anything. So with the topper and without, I don't know if it did anything. Maybe slightly something. Let me, oh my gosh, I just went with such a heavy hand. Oh my goodness. Let's see if it blends out good, because that is way too much. They are both very nice, really pretty pink blushes. I have nothing against them. I think that they're very nice. They're very similar, but the New York is a tad bit darker, but on the cheek, they do kind of look similar. So then the last thing to try out is these Buxom Full Force Plumping Lipstick. That is in White Russian. This is such a beautiful lip color. So let's just go in. It is a pink. So moisturizing. I do recommend exfoliating your lips before putting this on, because it does accentuate a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my lips are pretty dry. It does have a little bit of a minty kick, but I don't feel my lips necessarily tingling because it is supposed to be plumping. But I feel like a mintiness, especially when I talk. I feel mintiness in my mouth, but there's like a slight tingle, like when you put a minty lip balm on your lips. That's kind of what my lips feel like right now. But this is the color. I'm just gonna finish up the eyes and I'll be right back. All right, so here is the finished look. I just did a quick layer of mascara on the top and bottom lashes. I decided not to do my brows. I hate doing brows, so please excuse my brows. But this is the finished look. Using every single shade from the palette. Now my final thoughts. So this palette is stunning. It blends well. It's very easy to use, really Really friendly palette. I feel like this is also good if you are a beginner or a beginner in your life. Very easy. It tells you where to put each shade on the carton as well as the back of the palette. So very easy to use. I think they are all pigmented, easy to work with colors. The blushes also are amazing. I think that they look great on the cheek. Just a very nice, simple eye look I actually really like. It's really great for every day. I think this is a great palette. I love it. And the packaging is just adorable. The eyes are just stunning on here. The Buxom Plumping lipstick is a beautiful shade. I love the white Russian shade in general. It's just a phenomenal color. Very flattering, really perfect for every day. It feels great and moisturizing on the lips. It does give a slight plumping. I don't think it's anything intense, but just a slight little plump to the lips. I love it. So in all, I recommend both of these products. I think that they're great. And this was my first time using Buxom eyeshadow, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I think it's really nice. So very great products for every day. You know, if you're in school or for work or whatever reason, or just to run errands, these are great products. So I highly recommend. So that was it, you guys. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you are planning to pick up any of these products, or maybe if you have already. And with that, I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye.